Greetings and welcome to this edition of
Positronic.
I'm Barry P. Cook, and I'm here to discuss the Doctor Who holiday special called Revolution of the Daleks. So this is the first we've seen of Doctor Who in quite a while. Of course, the next season is coming soon, season 13. But we got this special on New Year's Day called Revolution of the Daleks. And ladies and gentlemen, Captain Jack is back. Captain Jack has long been a favorite character of mine from Doctor Who. My wife enjoys the character as well. She's quite enamored with the good captain. So that's just awesome. Anytime they can bring Jack back. So shortly upon his, or after his arrival, we learned that the Doctor was in Jadoon prison for decades. And it in fact took Captain Jack 19 years to get in there and get next to her and rescue her. So that's crazy. Of course, she takes the TARDIS right back to her team as soon as she gets out. And I guess though she tried to get there right at the moment she left or shortly thereafter, she didn't pick the right spot, or the TARDIS didn't pick the right spot, and she only managed to get within 10 months of the time that she originally got hauled off to Jadoon prison. So the team, her fam, as she calls them, had been without her for 10 months. And I'm a little confused by that because I guess they go back and forth. At times it seems like the TARDIS can pinpoint a moment in time and space and just go right there. And other times it seems like it can't, like it misses the mark, like in this situation. So I didn't know what was up with that, but it was pretty cool to see Jack flirting with Graham. That was the most. Just Jack being Jack. I enjoyed Chris Noth in this. The character is a jerk, obviously, but he is very good in the part. But that's de rigueur for Chris Noth. He's good in everything. Overall, I found that this was a standard Dalek episode. The premise of the episode is that the Daleks have been resurrected because Chris Noth's company is trying to, make money by selling the Dalek shells, fully computerized, as security, devices, or basically officers for the English government. But his assistant finds a little bit of Dalek DNA and, resurrects the Dalek, and then the Dalek takes over and clones him. Well, I shouldn't say resurrect, he clones a Dalek, and the one Dalek, and then that Dalek clones itself a bunch of times, and, they take over the Dalek shells, and next thing you know, full Dalek invasion. But, we've seen that before, right? We've seen a full Dalek invasion before. And in this case, the Doctor called out, like, the Dalek special forces to try to rein in the sort of faux Daleks. And, of course, it backfired to a certain extent. But, they didn't reinvent the wheel here with this Dalek episode. It was a de rigueur sort of Dalek episode, but that's not necessarily a knock because the Dalek episodes are usually pretty good. They are a serious threat, and they give the Doctor a run for her money, and it's always good to see the Doctor kick their ass. The way that she goes about kicking their ass is essentially she gets the Dalek special forces to take out the synthetic Dalek, or Daleks, and then they sort of turn on her because she's the Doctor after Chris Noth rats her out. And she deals with them by luring them into an alternate TARDIS, a backup TARDIS that she has, and then crushes it and sends it into the void dimension or whatever. But she specifically states that the chameleon circuit on this TARDIS is working. So why did she not, if she was going to keep a spare TARDIS, first of all, where'd she get it? I don't remember that being part of her story prior to this, but if she had one that had a working chameleon circuit, why wouldn't she inhabit that one and use the original one with the broken circuit as the spare? I guess because then you couldn't use it to lure the Dalek inside or another enemy or something. But okay, I thought it was a little strange. I would have wanted to use the one that had the working circuit and presumably not frozen brakes. So I don't know. That was a little strange to me. Um, a couple of the cast members departed. Graham and the actor playing his son or grandson or whatever it is, they both left. And I wish that Graham had stayed. I really liked that character. I thought he was a good, I don't want to say foil for the Doctor, but sort of a good, he was a good companion in terms of his relationship with the Doctor and his outlook on the world, and how he navigates the world. I liked the character, and I'm sad to see the character go. The son or grandson, I never thought anything special about him. So whatever. I guess the young lady Yaz is staying, and that's okay. She's a good character as well. But I just thought that the Graham character was particularly enjoyable character. I wish she could have stayed on, but what are you gonna do? We find out that the Doctor gave Graham and his son or grandson, whichever it is, psychic paper so that they could go around, I guess, and continue to fight the good fight. I thought that was a little uncharacteristic of the Doctor to give out, Gallifreyan technology or advanced technology to her companions. We know that she's given them a key to the TARDIS in the past and other devices so that she could communicate with them, I think, if I remember correctly. But psychic paper is kind of a powerful thing, so I was a little taken aback by that, but what are you going to do? I would, of course, like to see more of Jack in the coming season, so hopefully that's going to happen. As it turns out, John Barrowman, in order to hide his participation in the episode that he was in last season, which I guess was filmed partly at his house, I don't know, but he pretended to build an addition on his house so that he could sort of hide production, and then he was like, let's really build the addition. So he built the whole addition on his house. So it would be nice if he got to come back more often and like really pay off that audition. I'm joking, but I would like to see John Barrowman back in the Doctor. He's really good. I'd like to see Torchwood come back. That would be great. But I think that's more wishful thinking than anything else. Whereas I think we do have maybe the possibility that Jack will return on the Doctor. One thing I was very glad about for this episode is that I didn't see any SJW stuff. Now, as you know, I'm not one of those people that is against messaging in media. I like messaging in media, so I don't have a hair across my rear about messaging in media, but it can get over the top, as I've discussed. And I think the first Jodie Whittaker season was a little over the top with the SJW stuff. So, and they dialed it down the following season, but it was still kind of there. So I'm glad that in this episode, there just was no hint of it that I detected. So I thought that was great. But more because I don't want to hear people complaining about it. I don't want to hear people downing Doctor Who. I don't want them to have a reason to down Doctor Who. I want Doctor Who to do well. So I was glad there wasn't any of that in it. Then at the end, we did get a look at who the new companion is going to be. It's a comedian I'm not familiar with. I'll put his name up on the screen. I think I've seen him on the Graham Norton show a couple of times, and I suppose he's funny. But I'm not familiar with him beyond that. So we'll have to see how he does when the new season comes out. And I'm very much looking forward to it. So anyway, those are my impressions of the Doctor Who New Year's Day special, The Revolution of the Daleks. I hope you liked it, and I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a like. Also, please subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate that. You can click the notification bell as well. I don't have a regular schedule for videos, but you'll get the notifications, and there you go. Anyway, that is all I had to say. I will once again say peace and long life.